And we're back here, main events, second hour, and on Wednesdays, well, we get a little visit here for a weekly coaches segment here. And folks, I'm not kidding you. He texted me and said, fresh out of the shower, picture me now. Hey, at least he gets cleaned up for this. I wonder how much makeup he puts on. Let's get into it with the bird's eye view. And there he is. Look at that. You clean up nice, Mike. Uh-oh. Turn your sound on or something. Are we? I'm on. Oh, there you are right there. Yeah, there you are.
I just got my throw-up bucket behind the desk here when you told Steve to think about you coming out of the shower.
I don't remember what we were talking about. We were talking about something, and then I'm sure on camera you could just see me go. And I started laughing.
Hey, you know what? It's for everybody else, not you guys.
Doing good, man. I can't complain at all. First of all, let's get into the serious stuff here. Your Bears. Let's get this out of the way. Yes. Your Bear. You shaved your mustache today. Yeah. Bears are on a roll. What is happening?
It is gone. Yeah. I don't know. I was feeling it. It's playoff time. A little bit more serious. I felt like the mustache was too much point of conversation. It's time to get to football. You know what I mean? More smelling salts, less mustache.
You're like the Baltimore Ravens. You took out the instead of taking out the ping pong tables in the facilities and all the amenities like the Ravens did yesterday. You're just like, I'm shaving the mustache and we're gonna get serious.
It's serious time now. Like it's time to go, right? Like you kind of get through the regular season. And it's time to go. I got to get the mustache was fun for a while. The wife loved it, but now it's time to roll other ways. It's playoff time.
So tell me this, it's kind of curious as coaches, you always, there's stuff that goes on behind the scenes, but obviously you did know Friday night when you were done who you're going to play. You could drive, 4 hours to Parker? Or is it longer than that? I don't know, 4 and a half?
Yeah, it's about 4 hours because you got to go 10 and up, and it's a long ways, 3.5, 4 hours.
Or 45 minutes to ALA. But yeah, at least according to the rankings, ALA's ranked higher than Parker is and was.
Yes. Both good teams. That's how we were watching that. And I'm like, well, I wasn't watching. I don't really scoreboard watch until we had the running clock in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? That's when I started to look. That's
okay. So is it worth 3.5 hours less time on the bus to go play a better team? Or would you rather drive 3.5 hours longer and play a team that maybe not be as good?
I mean, it's like a give or take, right? Yeah. Like, do you want to play? Do you want to go further? And, like, I don't think Parker's actually a really good football team too. No, I didn't want to drive that far. Did I necessarily want to play LA in this double wing and like we played in the semifinals a couple of years ago? I don't want to say yes to that either. You know what I mean? It's like you just play who you get, but I'm not going to say who I was cheering for, who to play, and how far I was trying to drive. It's playoff time. It's shut up.
I like it. Well, you guys. Yeah, I mean, you could probably get one of the SCA parents to maybe get you a little small plane to fly to Parker for crying out loud.
Stop it, dude. And then we'll just be a documentary. I don't trust those little players. So you know what I mean? We don't need that.
Dale thinks the whole team will fit on a small plane. That's what Dale's thinking right now.
I've flown on those planes. When we were at SMU, we played in Fayetteville one time, and they didn't have a plane landing area big enough for a jet, so we had to get 3 prop planes.
A runway?
And they literally had a scale out on the runway, 300 pounds, you're on that one, 300 pounds.
Stop it.
Seriously. Are
you serious?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not writing that thing. I'm greyhounding it. There's no way. Because what if someone lies, right? Like,
well, that's why they have the scale out there.
You have to stand on it.
That's why they have the scale out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Even back then it worked?
Yeah, yeah. Well, but back in it was anxious. There were rocks on either side of it, but that's kind of it's kind of like Brooke. We're going, everybody's going zip line. She goes, the weight limit is 250 pounds. You're close enough. I said, I'm close enough standing on the ground, not 100 feet in the air.
Yeah, no, that's we don't need to be close. No. I know there's a buffer, but let's just keep it below that.
No,
oh, that's funny.
Before we look forward to this week, let's go back to last week. Obviously, another convincing win give us a couple highlights from your perspective after we get to watch the film and seeing the game live.
I think our defense kind of showed up a little bit. They came to play a little bit. I think they had maybe 120 yards of offense total, 40 yards rushing, or I can't remember what the numbers were, but I think our boys came and playing PC was definitely a wake-up call. That was a great game for us. It kind of woke us up. That win felt like a loss, which it's such a good thing that happened against PC. So I think it kind of woke us up. Our tackling was a little bit better, a little bit more physical. We started off slow again, which is super frustrating, which I'm sure you'll bring up, right? But we started out slow again with a fumble, went and gave a quick touchdown to Camp Verde, made them feel like they were in the game for a little bit, and then we took off after that. That's what happened.
Yeah, so I mean, just for facts here, 69 yards they had in passing and 72 yards they had in running, in that game, which kind of brings that, you had the slow start again. Second game in a row against a quality opponent, obviously, coming to this game. And I think, I at least thought maybe the question mark would be the end of the games, as your starters playing full games now, 2 games in a row, when that wasn't happening earlier in the season. But the opposite. It's kind of shocking that the beginning of the games have been slow for you guys. What's that been like going into this game this week? Because you start slow against Lutheran Academy, they're going to be right on top of you there with that wing T they play and have some touchdowns there. So what's the focus on that this week to get that fixed?
Starting fast, right? It's because what can happen is say we start slow. ALA is one of those offenses where they can grind. Like we played in the semifinals a couple years ago. They can take 9, 10, 11, a full quarter off the clock if you let them. They really will. So we do have to start fast. And that's obviously like they're going to want to ball control and make sure they limit their turnovers, all that stuff. But we have to start faster. That's a positive for us because our offense is pretty dang good for the most part, right? If we're on, we can score. So it's hard for people to keep up with us per se. If you're like a slower ground and pound offense, if we can jump up early, then we can keep kind of going. But if it's 2 different styles of football, right? Like ALA did an amazing job in the semifinals a couple years ago where they just ground and pound 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 4th and 1, they get it. 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 4th and 1, they get it. It's such a hard offense to stop. So it's really starting off faster, like we've been talking about, which we haven't done, which is maybe that's our Achilles heel right now. But we're harping that, kind of doing some quick start stuff in offense. To start, I always like my biggest thing is I like to take the ball too. And it's one of those things where I've read the analytics. I'm not a big analytics guy, but and correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody wants to Google me, I'm sure Robert will or somebody if I'm wrong, just because I talked about the Bears. But if I think the analytics say the first team to score wins 76% of the games.
Really?
Well, the last 2 games we were the second team to score. So
you're screwing everything up. You're screwing up analytics.
I know, but maybe the numbers are in our favor now. So maybe we can get the ball again and see what's going on. But it's just one of those things where we do got to start quicker. We're harping it this week. We had, which is probably a bad thing, we had probably our best practice all year yesterday. It was great. Starting to hit a little bit more tackling drills, introduce that a little bit more. So it's hopefully we start fast. I guess that's the shortest answer to the longest answer.
So as you're preparing for this week, talking about it in the spring and the summer and early in the season, how's this playoff thing going to work? It's weird. It's like nobody really knows exactly what's happening and all. Has it been pretty smooth? You find out last Friday or Friday night who you're playing, and it's just it's your 10th game.
Yeah, well, I feel like it was one of those things where Coach Peters and I felt like we had a feeling we'd be playing each other this week 10 when it was week 1, right? So he's the head coach at ALA. So he is it's played out. Actually, I'm gonna give the AIA some credit. Like I'm a credit guy to the AIA. I don't beat them up too much. I think it worked out pretty well. It kind of makes it a little bit more exciting. I don't necessarily know if I don't like the no bye week throughout the year for small schools. I think that's a tough thing for small rosters, but I think what they wanted is working out. You got Santan playing St. John's. Veritas has Glendale Prep. We have ALA. Like there's good matchups in week 10 So everything does matter going into the playoffs. Now, a little bit more pressure, but that's why we do this, right? I don't mind it. It might not be my favorite, but I just don't like change. So that's probably why I don't like it right now.
Okay, so just explain to our viewers. You win, obviously, you're going to be the number 1 seed, and you get a bye. How many teams get a bye, number 1? How many teams get a bye?
I see. Listen, okay, so
are there 8?
You see, that's okay. So this is crazy. So I've read that the top 8 seeds get a bye
because there's 24 teams that make the playoffs. So
yeah, so 16 teams would start that first week, and then 8 teams get a bye. But then I don't know if Obert or something, or I don't know where I saw it again. Someone said only 5 teams, and that didn't add up to me.
It's 5.
Go ahead. Yes,
it's 5.
Is it 5?
Mm-hmm. According to the AIA, yeah, it's 5. Yeah.
Sense?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
That's where I guess. So my confusion lies in that. So
well, the odd number is what doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because if you win, okay, I know what it is. I figured it out on screen.
Yeah, look, I saw that mind churning.
These 5 games, whoever wins this game gets to automatic bid. Then the other 3 highest teams ranked, I bet, get the other bye.
You got it exactly right.
Sense?
Yep. Yep, the top 8. So basically,
that's where this master's. I have a master's degree. I just used it for the first time in my life. I just used it for the first time.
Well, the way they phrase it is the top 8 seeds receive a first-round bye, is what they say here. But the winner of each of the 5 region crossover games played in Week 10 earns the automatic playoff berth. And then, so if you don't win this weekend, you'll still get a bye because you're one of the top-ranked teams still.
Yeah, I don't think we'll drop it. We won't drop to like 9, right?
Exactly.
Or we won't drop. You
won't drop to 5,
what if
right?
Glendale Prep wins? What if Glendale Prep wins and they kick Veritas down and say ALA beats us?
Yeah.
Like we could end up. Who freaking knows? Actually, I guess it's fun.
Hey, you know what? The easiest way to figure things out is just keep winning,
right?
Just keep winning.
It's gonna be so hard. I'm telling you. Here we go. It's cutting time now.
Yeah.
Yeah, LA is tough.
Well, I mean, the other side of it is, I mean, if you think about it, your playoffs started the way that this happened to work. Camp Verde was for a region championship that you ended up getting, right? You ended up being able to kind of win that game handily. But your playoffs started 2 weeks ago against Phoenix Christian, right? So you've ramped it up instead of having it be the opposite way going into this game, then going into the playoffs. So, you guys should be all ready to go here for the playoffs. And I saw one of your players, I don't remember who it was, put his stats out. He said, I finished the regular season with these stats, which I went, well, it's not the end of the race, but I was like, all right, well, he's in playoff mode. He's thinking
that's
playoff.
What Sean asked me. He's like, do I put my regular season highlights out or do we wait for one more game? And I go, look at it this way. I go, if we lose this one, we're not out of the playoffs. So you can look at it however you want. That's how I'm going to look at this, right? So it's like, It's when you go in, it's almost like how they do it in college, right? If you go play your championship, the Big 12 champion, all that stuff, like if you lose, you still move on, but it's very playoff-y. It is definitely a playoff game. It's a huge, there's huge things tied to it.
Okay, so let's talk about a couple of your guys. Obviously, Sean, we really haven't talked a whole lot about your vision for him back 2 years ago when you took him from being my left tackle and you moved him to quarterback. In your wildest imagination, did you think that he would grow into what he is? And be honest, don't give me the Sheahan. I saw it.
Be completely honest. Like, hey, I wasn't even a Boy Scout, but I'm going to say Scout's honor. I'm going to say this right now. I did think he had all the tools and the intelligence to be able to do it. Do I think that it's always possible or always going to pan out that way? No, but I felt like he had the tools. Like, so just kind of seeing him play like playground. What made me feel this way is after every practice, he would go and just throw the ball around and run around, and they'd kind of like, he'd roll out and he'd do this, and he made all these freaking great throws. Now, that doesn't mean you can hit him on time. It doesn't mean you can do anything like that, but he just had this weird little athleticism to him. And even when you see him run the ball, he's not the fastest, but he's a savvy little runner. Like, he makes good runs. He can cut up the field. He doesn't run low enough. That's for sure. but he does have like these weird quick feet for a bigger guy. So I would like to say yes, but that's why I moved him there. But I didn't, I don't ever want to say I don't think he's be this good, because I had the confidence in him the whole time, and we have a good staff to be able to help mold him and get there. And he's worked separately with other guys and done camps. But I think I'm just very like, we're lucky that it's worked out the way it has, or you know what I mean? Or he's taken ownership on it. And I think when you give kids opportunity, a lot more kids can do it than we even think about, because they get put in these like, this is what you're playing for the rest of your life as a middle school kid. And if you give them a chance, I think there's a lot of kids that can do a lot of different things, especially at our level.
Continue that trend there. I mean, Dom Dickerson, another great game for him. The thing that's amazed me about him, he's the basketball kid, right? That came over. I want to make sure I have there. But I mean, Sean hit him with a couple throws that he was just able to get around the defender. Defenders were making good plays. He was just able to shed him that one stiff arm on the one long play, get him the ball in the outfield, right, or in the field there. And then, of course, you got, Everett Salazar doing what he does there with the running game, especially as you get closer down to the end zone. Isaiah Steffen from that side, look at these stats here, right? Receiving last game, 9 receptions for Dom, 78 yards. Steffen had 3 catches, 102 yards from that side. Then you got Olafson, 1 catch for 51 yards. Oh, yeah.
Steffen, 3 catches, 102 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah. All 3 catches were touchdowns.
Yeah, it is.
Go ahead, keep going.
Your passing game has been the shocker, because I know talking to you earlier in the season, you were kind of excited to see what the running game would come into. And it's not like you're passing a ton, right? I know you're passing more now than you were earlier in the season. But your passing game has really become, a quick strike offense, at least for big yardage, and things to that effect. So, I mean, as a whole, with that passing side, with the receivers and everybody, just talk about how that's come to fruition.
Everybody always tags me as a run first coach, right? So there was a quarterback kid or something. There was somebody that asked me about something, and I guess there was a couple other coaches were like, "Oh, you don't want to go there. All he does is run the ball," right? So I heard that. I heard that that's my MO, and I would actually say I'm probably the opposite. I'm a 50-50 guy. Whatever's working is what's working, and whatever's the strength of your team. And I think the way we've been able to throw the ball and the way Sean's been able to spin the ball and the offensive line's giving him time, I think you got to put the ball in the air. Like, if you have great athletes, spread the ball around. If you look at our stats, look at the wide receiver stats. Nobody has like 1,200. Everybody's got like 500, 500, 500, 10, 9, 7, 6 touchdowns. And then Kyle Olafson, who's 6'4", he had another. He's got 4 touchdowns. He's got like 39-yard average or something. Like, the ball is spread around, and we have good athletes. It's really just being able to hit the spots and the completion. If we get our completion percentage up a little bit, we're going to be real hard to beat. I think Sean's around 66. Maybe I'm a little bit low, but if we can get that up a little bit, we can spread the ball around so much. It's awesome. And our run game, I trust Everett and Martine and everybody to run the ball too.
Talk about Everett.
Well, I said really quick here, just in the terms of Sean, how he had such a great game there. I mean, did you rip him for that back throw interception where he threw behind the receiver for the touchdown, or what was up with that? Sorry.
He's got 30 touchdowns and 3 picks, so he doesn't do it often, but it was like, it was a little bit of a bonehead play, let's call it, because we called a play, Dom's open in the flat, like, take the money. What we always say is take the money, right? Give the easy stuff, let the athletes be athletes in space. He kind of had predetermined he liked to throw that stuff backside. He had predetermined what he was going to do. They had a single high, or they had a high safety and a guy. They were double in the backside. And he predetermined. He rolled out, and he didn't even look to the left. He looked backside the whole time, turns, throws it. And if he throws a little bit better ball, it's probably a touchdown, but he kind of threw it behind him a little bit. If he throws it, a little bit closer to the goalpost, it's probably a touchdown. But I think he predetermined. He was bummed. We let it go. We don't harp on it too long. I mean, the kid's 30 touchdowns and 3 interceptions is pretty good.
Well, you could tell when a quarterback knows they did a boneheaded thing. I was watching, our angle. I was able to see him in my vision. I mean, he let that ball go, and he instantly went, oh, before it was even down there.
He does. I guarantee that's exactly what he does. He shows a little bit of emotion out there, which is good. But he definitely. he was pretty bummed, and he takes the weight of the world on him. We just try to take the weight off.
Yep. Sorry, go ahead, Dale.
No. To talk a little bit about Everett, the season he's had. I assume that he's healthy and all that. Talk about the impact that he's made. And is he a kid that can go on from and play at the next level?
I wholeheartedly think that kid can play the next level. He's one of the toughest dudes pound for pound that I've coached in 25 years. He's a awesome attitude, gives you everything he has at all times, like great leader. You know what I mean? He's a vocal leader and he leads by example. He hits like a Mack truck when you give him a chance. Like, I think that's the one thing I could probably get frustrated with him about. He probably tries to have too much contact instead of just scoring every once in a while. So last game we said, hey, maybe look to the hole instead of look to the chest of the other guy and get a little bit more yards, right? So I think that's probably the only thing I could give him, like a little bit of like a coaching on right there. Not only coaching, but there's a couple schools that are looking at him already. There's a couple schools that really like him. There's 3 that are like, I think, prepared to offer him right now. The kid is awesome. He runs the ball so hard.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hit him. I'm much larger than that kid. And I think if he put his helmet in my chest, I think that hurts. But I think he's a heck of a football player, great attitude, and he's got a chance to play the next level.
16 carries, 93 yards in that game, 2 touchdowns as well for Everett Salazar. And, I mean, the offense is just a well-oiled machine, which then brings us to kind of the contrast of what you're facing. I guess, I said when you played Phoenix Christian, I said Phoenix Christian plays that wing T, but I use the term they play it softer than Lutheran Academy does. It didn't look as physical. It didn't look, there was a lot of eye candy involved. Whereas Arizona Lutheran, at least when I saw them 2 years ago, they were just hard hitters, right? And they created the holes to run through. So, I mean, talk about Arizona Lutheran Academy coming up on Friday night.
I mean, like I said, Coach Peters got them dialed in. They've been doing the same thing since Dale was in diapers. I'm telling you right now. So it's like they've been doing this offense for so long. They're so well-oiled. They rep it so much, right? And repetition creates close to perfection. And the more they do this, the later they get in the season, it's ball control. It's good. Like, they're good. They're going to come hit you in the mouth. They're going to be prepared to play. They're extremely well coached. They got a couple big kids, number 4 and number 44, gigantors. So they're big kids that play D tackle and in their backfield. Quarterback's really good. They've got a good offensive line, a couple good tight ends too. I know their strength program is good over there too, because they all got pretty good size to them too. But I think it's a heck of a matchup this week for sure. I think that's why we're one of the spotlight games, which I don't really want to be in anymore until maybe we get to the top if we can get there again. But I'm tired of the nonsense, just all the extras,
So tell me this, because I've always said when you have an anomaly as an offense, and wing T's an anomaly in football today, everybody's spreading things out and all that. I've always said the hardest thing to do is try to emulate and practice scout team, even to come close to the speed that you're going to see on Friday night. Having played Phoenix Christian, had to do something. Have you been able to get better looks? Because I just know we've done the best. Balls on the ground, pitch is bad.
It's like
people running at each other.
It's so hard to emulate. Yes, and that's why it's so hard, right? And it's like you play the spread, you go in, you spread. Like, so we played a power team and a spread team and back to a power team. So it's like, it is hard to prepare each week and prepare for something like this. When you have a short week to prepare, it's tough. It is definitely tough to prepare against an offense like this, but we're trying our best on scout. I'm telling you that right now. We're trying our best on scout. We're up to the line. We know they're going to switch up their snap count. That's something that killed us last week. So we're worried about like switching up the snap count, getting off the ball, playing good defense, filling our gaps, tackling, team tackling. But I don't even know what your question was, but the more I think
are you getting a decent? Are you able to get a decent look in practice?
We're trying. Yeah. We're trying. And it doesn't matter how good you can try to emulate it. These boys won't know till they get hit by it in the first quarter. Right. That's the truth. And we tell them all the time, it's like that first drive is huge because these offenses like this, they score so often in that first drive because it's so hard to defend. Then you can kind of settle into it and kind of figure out what they're doing a little bit. I'm not saying you can figure it out, but their first drive is always so hard. And that's you can try to emulate it as much as possible, but once you get hit by it, it's such a different animal come game time.
How do you work on the eye discipline for that defensive line, especially? Because, like, Phoenix Christian, the ball, it almost looked like it was being given to, like, 7 different guys, but it wasn't before it finally got to the person that had it last there. So how do you focus on that in practice with that eye, that eye simulator? Is it just tucking that ball away and everybody's got to find it, or what?
I think it's you don't even follow the ball, you follow the blockers, right? So you do your job, you follow the blockers, don't follow the ball, and eventually you'll be able to tell the guy with the ball once you get to that spot. So as long as you do your job, defensive ends, linebackers, all that stuff, anybody blitzing in the A's, any of that kind of stuff, eyes up, you follow the blockers, you'll find the ball, right? For the most part. And then we make sure we try to like be athletic enough to be able to run anything down because they're going to hit you with some stuff, real stuff, quick stuff in the middle. I know we run a 4-man front, so they're going to try to trap us a decent amount of wedges in the middle, try to get some quick stuff. But you just got to follow the blockers, find the ball. That's what's first in that order.
All right. So a lot of talk about their offense. Give us some tidbits about their defense and what you expect to see Friday night.
It's freaking just as good, right? So it's just as good. They fly around the ball, tough kids, athletes all over the place. Their defensive line is pretty dang big. Camp Verde's was big. I would say these two individuals, 4 and 44, are just as big, if not bigger, and maybe a little bit more athletic than a couple of kids. Maybe not all of Camp Verde, but maybe a couple of them. But these kids get off the ball. They get off. They're super aggressive. They got real good defensive ends. Linebackers are stout. Secondary is good. They rally to the ball. They're a fun team to watch when you're not playing them because they hustle, they hit, they do all the little things well, which wins football games.
How do you?
Look at all this positivity. Look at all this positivity. It's great. Yeah.
How do you, going back to the offense here, is there a way to train for this? Because I said, like, during Phoenix Christian, they took out that first half was like a really quick first half because they just had the ball for a long time. Then you guys kind of got them to a position where they had to start throwing it. ALA's not going to just start winging this ball around like Phoenix Christian did. Usually they stick to their program and keep these games close, etc. Is there a way to prepare your offense to get into a rhythm if they're just not going to be out there consistently? Meaning, they might go out there, even if you go down and score and have a long drive, you might not be out there for another, like you said, 6, 7, 8 minutes to go back out there, limiting your opportunities. And I think back to that playoff game, same type of a situation. You guys eventually threw over the top and caught them off guard, for the game-winning touchdown there. But, it's hard to get into rhythm on the offensive side. And then on the other side, they wear your defense down, with those long drives. Well, your defensive guys are also your offensive guys from that perspective. So how are you getting ready for that for this weekend?
That's a great question. It just gave me an idea for practice. So I literally –
oh, sorry, guys.
Well, usually I like on Tuesdays, I like a scrimmage style practice and we'll kickoff return. Like we're literally running it like a game. I might do it to where the offense is off the field a little bit more. If we've got a lull right in the middle of a water break, I might blow a whistle and we have to run a TMO play or something like that, or something kind of sudden change type thing after a while, just sitting around. So I think that's a great question. And I think you gave me an idea for practice to kind of switch it up a little bit because I don't like to be the same because no game's the same. So I kind of switch my practices up with the flow. So I think I like that idea of like automatically, even if we're in a different drill, if we're in the middle of individual defense, I can just blow the whistle, get a quick 4 plays of offense, then go back to individual. It could help out a little bit just from to go.
It's an amazing thing to watch, and I noticed it with, like I said, Phoenix Christian that first half. And I even said it to your dad at halftime because I come down and talk to him. And I was like, man, I don't know how many more opportunities you have in this game as an offense to get out there and things to that perspective. So it's challenge. I wish that's why you make the big bucks, right?
Oh yeah, the big bucks.
I got to see your boy, your mentor George Pelock last Friday.
Oh yeah.
And he said he heard your comment about the scoreboard. He said they're going to put in.
Yeah, what did he do?
Said they're going to put in 5. He said they're going to put in more lights. Said no way SCA is going to have more lights in their scoreboard than Notre Dame does.
Did you tell him that? Did he say something or no?
I didn't.
I
didn't.
I did tag you though on your scoreboard.
Yeah.
I kind of want to. Dude, it was funny. We were playing the other day, and the game's over, and I just heard so many comments about the scoreboard, like from the other teams, man. It actually cracks me up and it makes me happy that they hate it. Why would you hate a TV? Like, what's the point of hating it?
I can't believe Richard Ober put something out. And I was just being surly, at the beginning of the game. I was just like, So I put it out there and I was like, Richard, obviously, because he said somebody has like one of the best scoreboards. Like, Richard obviously hasn't seen the new scoreboard at SCA.
Okay,
and then he responded, he goes,
well, it
I've
wasn't working
seen
for that freaking first Pima game. It was not working. It was missing like
you had the other you had the other one out there because I said Richard hasn't seen the new one. It wasn't up and running for the first game. Yeah, he responded and goes, I've seen it, but I was just like, why did I do that? I'm just being
so that first game, did you have to do like Graham's flag football games? Did you have the little thing you flipped the numbers
just like
over?
We were prepared to do that. I would have done it myself. Just flip the little numbers, and if I'm in charge, who knows what the score would have been for sure. Too.
The scoreboard's nice because like a couple times I looked down. I sit on the far end of the stands there, and I looked over and I could see 3rd and whatever, on the 12-yard line. Crazy. Most high school scoreboards, I cannot read that stuff, and I have no idea what's going on down there.
All those light bulbs. All those light bulbs.
We got all those lights. Yeah, all those light bulbs. A little mini. And Max, the freaking kicker, rocketed one off it yesterday. Like shanked it and rocketed off him. And he just looks directly at me like it's like mine, right? And I'm just like, and one of the kids was like, hey, what if a team was like purposely trying to hit it? I go, I will have huddle focus on, and I will send them a bill. That's what I'll do. So if there's a kid that's purposely just kicking them off of it, then I will send them a bill for it, whatever it costs. I was just joking.
Your scoreboard is awfully close to the field. If there's any a field goal kicker shanks one, it's going to go right into it there. But
Max's tuition just went up. Yep.
Well, hey, you got to take off because you got to get down there and get the team ready for Friday night's game down there at ALA. So good luck to you. We'll talk to you next week, and hopefully we'll be discussing a bye week coming up, obviously, for that first round of the playoffs.
Don't jinx it. You said about the freaking rain, too, and you were wrong about the rain, so stop it. So no more jinxing. No more talking like that. Come on.
All right. Well, Coach, I hope you go and lose, and I hope you have to play in the first round of the playoffs. Is that better?
Yes, hey, that's what I'm looking for.
All right, good luck to you.
Be like everybody else. Be like everyone else.
Good luck.
We'll see you next week, Mike.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
All right, see ya. And I've never had somebody yell at me for being positive before, Dale. I'm usually not like that.
Well, I was going to say that's usually not your MO, and he probably caught him off guard.
Come on back, folks. The main event.